Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Hedrick Field here in Brewer, and welcome to High School Sports on Ticket TV. Jim Churchill, along with our crew here today, Max Pottle and Nathaniel Bailey. Thank you for joining us. The matchup here this afternoon, the Brewer Witches playing host to the Bangor Rams. These two teams met earlier in the season. Brewer picking up an overtime victory, and Brewer bringing a record of 4-3 into this one. We had them the other night in a victory. They scored and improved to 4-3, and Bangor on the season is 1-7. All right, we'll take a quick break here, and we'll come back and we'll get things going from Hedrick Field. This is High School Sports on Ticket TV. Welcome back to Hedrick Field. Two teams being introduced here at Hedrick prior to this field hockey game between the Brewer Witches and the Bangor Rams, which is being introduced right now as you see Matty Diaz, their goaltender, heading towards the goal to our right. And while we have a chance, let's take a look at the two rosters. We'll start with the Bangor Rams. Rams again 1-7 coming into this matchup. They lost to Brewer earlier this season in overtime, though, so a very competitive matchup there for the Rams against the Witches. Their head coach is Casey Danforth, and you see a mixture of all classes at Bangor High School for the Rams, who will be taking the field here tonight against Brewer. And now we'll take a look at the Brewer roster for our game here tonight. Head coach Jessica Russell. Again, thanks to Jessica for helping us out in the JV broadcast on Thursday. That was a 3-1 win for Brewer over Herman, and that got them to their current record of 4-3. Janessa Bishop, she has been a force this year for the Witches, one of their 8 seniors, and she's had, I believe, at least 3 hat tricks on the season. All right, that's going to do it for our pregame show. We'll take a break and back, and we'll get things underway here at Hedrick Field. Back at Hedrick Field, the ball is on the field, and we are just seconds away from getting this game underway between the Brewer Witches and the Bangor Rams on the field hockey field here at Hedrick. Also serves as a baseball field as well. Hedrick in pretty good shape, all things considered, considering the rain we've had here recently. Had some rain prior to our game on Thursday. Again, a double header. Brewer winning the varsity game 3-1 over Herman. Herman winning the JV contest against Brewer, but a nice dry day here today. Very comfortable conditions, and game time moved up. And we are getting set to get this one underway. Rams will set things in motion. And here we go. Here is Janessa Bishop with the takeaway. Bangor gets it right back. Megan Karen right in front of us. Drives it upfield. Megan Karen, a senior and a captain. One of the captains on this Bangor team. The other captain is Annika Nowak. She is just a sophomore. And a whistle. Here come the Witches. Moving it upfield is Paige Seymour, senior from Eddington for Brewer. Now dribble up the left side for Bangor. That is Nowak, a sophomore, forward, midfielder. Brewer drives it in the other direction. Taken there briefly by number 23 in maroon. That's Kate Busco, sophomore. Seymour dribbles up the right side, now passes into the circle, and it's going to go. Actually, we're going to have a penalty corner here for Brewer. We are parked right at midfield here at Hedrick. So the Witches get things set up for this corner. Ball driven in nicely. And Seymour trying to get a shot on goal. It is deflected in front. And we got another whistle here, and it looks like it'll be another corner for the Witches. Bring it from the right side of the goal to the left side of the goal as we look out on the field. And it's going to be Lainey Blakeman. Plays utility for the Witches. Here's Seymour on the right side. Takes a hack at it, and the ball will trickle across the end line. And Bangor will take over. Just about 2.5 minutes into this one. No score between Bangor and Brewer. Tight matchup in the first meeting this season. That was a Brewer win in overtime. Again, both programs trying to squeeze in 10 games. This is the final home game for Brewer. I believe they have one more road game left on their schedule, which is keeping it in their end, and it will remain the case. Stick violation there by Bangor, and whistle near the circle. Seymour surveys the situation for Brewer. Now dribbles to the left side, and it's going to be taken away there by Bangor. Gigi Sichters with the steal there. And now the Rams on the move. Dribbling up the middle of the field. Lily Sawang. Now it's Karen, the captain, taking it to the left side. Back to midfield. Nora Marasco there. She's just a sophomore. Brewer with the steal, and nice ball there up ahead of the pack. It's going to be Audra Espling. Espling is going to have her shot blocked. Actually couldn't get it away. Great job there by Sarah Dorr, the goalie, sophomore goalie for Bangor, coming out and kicking that one away from Espling. Great delivery ahead of the pack to Espling, who dribbled in and was ready to tee one up, but could not get the shot off. Great defense there by the Bangor goalie Dorr. All right, whistle across the way. The Bangor coach, Casey Danforth, yelling out to her team. And we got a whistle along the end of the field, the left end of the field, so we look out on Hedrick. So it's going to be a penalty again for Brewer. I believe this is their third already. 9:45 on the clock. Blakeman for Brewer will take it to the near side. Centers it to Bishop. Bishop goes left, and Crawford trying to get a shot off there. It's blocked, and Bangor will head upfield. Nice dribble there by Karen. Takes it to the Bangor end. Lead pass up ahead. That's taken there by Sichters. And Bangor trying to get their first shot on goal of the game. Karen has it taken away, but Bangor gets it right back. Marasco goes to Nowak. And a whistle in the circle is going to go against Bangor. Come the Witches. Pass intercepted by the Rams. Again, it's Karen. She's been very active here. Nice pass inside to Sowine, but she can't get a shot off, and now it's Brewer's turn. They advance it upfield, right to left. Takeaway there by Marasco. Feeds her teammate, Nowak, but a Bangor violation. We will have a quarter break. The quarter's 15 minutes long. Oh, good ball there. Crawford trying to chase it down for Brewer. Overruns it briefly. Now trying to center it. And these players can only use the flat side of the stick. And a violation there against Brewer. Got the Brewer cheerleaders here for this one, and we're hoping that we can bring you a performance by them at the half. We'll also be joined by Brewer High School Athletic Director Dave Utterback at the half as well. Jim Churchill with you from sunny Hedrick Field right now. That sun is setting earlier and earlier as we head deep into fall. Of course, we've got daylight savings time ending, I believe, next weekend, so it would be dark already at this point if we were playing a week or so from now. Whistle, Brewer with the ball. It's Seymour. Passes it ahead. Bangor picks it up. Nowak, the sophomore captain, working the left side. Violation there against Brewer. Soline with the, or check that, Nowak with the aerial to the middle of the field. Brewer's going to pick it up. It's going to be Claire Warmoth, senior utility player. Hails from right here in Brewer. Pass ahead, Bishop. Flips it ahead. It's going to be stopped there by Bangor. Number 32, Victoria Andrews, senior back. Nowak on the left side. Dribbles it. Continues to control the ball. Now Brewer steps in defensively. Good job there by Jenna McQuarrie, sophomore for Brewer, to break things up and get the Witches heading in the opposite direction. Now it's Bangor. Here's Karen, middle of the field. Sends it ahead to a teammate. Battle for control, and it's going to be won, in this case, by Brewer. Here's Bishop receiving the pass. She heads to the right side of the field. Strong dribble here by Bishop. Tries to get around a Bangor defender. She gets around two Bangor defenders and tries to get it to her teammate Brooklyn Fick in front of the goal, but pass was bounding on its way to Fick, and she could not control it. Goes out off Brewer, but good effort there by Janessa Bishop. All right, Bangor takes over. Pass picked off there by Warmoth for Brewer. Now violation against Warmoth. And number 7 for Bangor right there. Autumn Ditzel lost it across the near side. So Brewer gets it back. Here's Blakeman. Good view from our camera perch here. Don't have all the luxuries in the world for our broadcast here for this field hockey matchup. We got some scaffolding, which will get in the way occasionally when we go deep into the left corner or deep into the right corner on the near side. But Nathaniel Bailey is up there overseeing things and doing a nice job on camera. And the ball across the sideline, and a little assist there from Max Pottle, our director. That was the sophomore, Max. No problem picking that one up. All right, Bangor on the attack. Good dribble there and carry near the circle by Karen, but Brewer recovers, and oh boy, a hack at the ball there by Seymour, and her backhand almost got a piece of a Bangor player. Seen Seymour wind up a number of times already here tonight. Uses the aerial into space here. And violation there against Bangor. Two officials in these games. They are using the electronic whistle. Carry the control in their hands. All All right, Bangor's going to take it away. Nowak, strong up the left side, across midfield. Now she's tripped up, gets back to her feet. Seymour looking for a teammate heading in the opposite direction, but it's going to be picked off there by Karen, and now ball into the Bangor bench area, off Brewer. Aerial intended there for Sowine, but Sowine. And a battle here, and that ball trickles into our broadcast position. And it's going to be Autumn Ditzel for Bangor, putting it in play, trying to get it to Karen. It's going to be picked off by Bishop. Bishop slides down as she was trying to make a pass ahead. Back to her feet, tries it again. Bit of a miss hit there, and it's going to be Karen for Bangor. Carrying it into Bangor territory, but Brewer, good defense there again. Warmouth putting a stop to that. Ditzel gets the pass up ahead to Sigters. And we got a whistle here, and it's going to go against Bangor. Madison Diaz in goal for Brewer, wearing number 44. She's a senior from Bradley. Sarah Dorr is the goalie for Bangor, wearing number 77. She is just a sophomore. Warmouth for Brewer up ahead, and managing to keep it in play is Laura Stewart. Stewart had a goal the other night against Herman. Bangor quells that for Brewer, but it looks like it's going to result in a Brewer corner here. Approaching the 1 minute mark here in this first quarter. Brooklyn Fick from the end line into Bishop. Bishop gains control, tries to get it back to Fick. Nice catch there by Brooklyn, and we got another violation here against Bangor. It's going to result in another Brewer corner. Brewer has executed quite well on these corners here tonight. Fick into Seymour. Seymour tries to get it back to Fick, but it's picked off there by Karen for Bangor. Now a fight for control on the near side. Here's Ditzel into the middle of the field, picked off there by McQuarrie for Brewer. Bishop in a battle. Does manage to get the pass ahead. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. A scoreless quarter here at Hedrick Field. We'll be back with second quarter action after this break. This is High School Sports on Ticket TV.
We want your business.
Need work done in your car, truck, or SUV? Twin City Tire does all kinds of mechanical repair. We're a team of local professionals who know how to get it right the first time. We offer loaner cars and free shuttle service. Hang out in our comfortable waiting area where there's free Wi-Fi. At Twin City Tire, we may fix cars and trucks, but our real business is helping people get back on the road. Need work done in your car, truck, or SUV? Come to Twin City Tire. Remember,
we want your business.
Whether your team is your family, your business, or your employees, staying connected is crucial. You can depend on the Cross Insurance family
Very good.
to provide the best insurance solutions for you. We've got your team protected. Visit crossagency.com today.
Welcome back to Hedrick Fields. Just a couple moments away from second quarter action, and our broadcasts here of high school sports at Ticket TV at 929theticket.com, brought to you by Brewer Federal Credit Union. Brewer Federal Credit Union, we're here for all life's moments. Jim Churchill, along with Max Pottle, who's directing things here this afternoon. Nathaniel Bailey on camera. Our broadcasts are also brought to you by Tim Bush. If you are looking to buy or sell your next home, call Tim Bush at Next Home Experience today. Give him a call at 951-0747. Again, Tim's number, 951-0747. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedules for these two field hockey programs, and we'll get to the Bangor schedule first. Again, 1-7 coming into this one game here tonight, and then they're going to finish up next week as they will travel to Hamden to take on the Broncos on the turf down at Hamden Academy. So that's one game left for Bangor, and I believe the same case for the Brewer Witches with just a game left. Varsity and JV will be taking on the Herman Hawks, who they played here just a couple of nights ago at Hedrick Field. Next week they'll be traveling to Herman, and the varsity game at 3:30 p.m. on the 27th. JV game will follow roughly at 5 p.m. All right, just about ready for the second quarter. Bangor making their way back on the grass surface here, mostly grass surface. We have some of the infield in play at Hedrick Field. No score after one. And the Rams get it going. Karen deals it left. Pass intended there for McKenzie, or check that, Sadie DeLesio. Whistle. It's going to go against Brewer. Nowak listed as a forward midfielder. Takes it deep into that left corner. Still controlling. Seymour trying to get it back to a teammate. And we're going to have a corner here for Bangor, their first of the afternoon. Bangor trying to get a little revenge here against the Brewers. It was a high-scoring affair in that first matchup. Brewer eventually prevailing in overtime. Exciting game between these two programs. Karen feeds it inside, and turning is Sichters, and try to get a shot off there, but it went wide right. Bangor from the 25 starts things. Oh, good defense there by Brewer. Good defense there by Jaden Williams, junior for the Witches. Here's Bishop. Bishop on the move. She can cover a lot of territory very quickly in front to Fick, and Fick battling there with the goalie. And Brooklyn Fick was standing right in front of the goalie, Sarah Dorr, trying to get control of that ball and then wheel and get a shot off, but whistle. I don't know if Fick initiated some contact in front of that goal mouth, what the call was there, but in any event, Bangor with the ball now. Still in the Brewer end, but whistle against Brewer. Stepping in is Ditzel for Bangor. Up ahead she goes to Sichters. Sichters working the near side, pushes it ahead. Blakeman right there with her. Couple of fours. Pair of fours going at it. Whistle against Bangor, so it's going to be Blakeman trying to pass it to her teammate Warmoth, but it's going to be picked off by Megan Karen, and a little kick save there as that ball in front of the goal mouth at the Bangor end, and Diaz kicked it out of there. Bangor player tripped up there briefly, Marasco, but she's quickly to her feet. All right, Brewer with it. Crawford on the far side, and it's like a stick violation against Brewer. Bangor with it. Pass picked off there by Seymour. Seymour spins. A little backhanded play. Good look there. Up ahead to Bishop, but Bangor will get it back. Here comes Bangor. Nice spin move there, exhibited by Sichters. Sichters tries to get the pass off. Violation there against Brewer. Jumping to the ball is Autumn Ditzel, the junior. Trying to feed it inside, but instead it's going to be taken away by Brewer. Warmoth up ahead to Bishop. Bishop. Oh, good ball there. Can Brewer get to it? No. Beating Fick to the ball was number 32 for Bangor, Victoria Andrews. Brewer gets it back, though. That's Crawford. Nope, check that. That is Laura Stewart on the far side. In front of the goal is Fick again, but the ball across the end line. Bangor's roster composed of 6 freshmen, 6 sophomores, 2 juniors, and 6 seniors. Again, Bangor coached by Casey Danforth, assisted by Grace Perrone and Chelsea McCallion. Still scoreless here, 5 minutes into the second quarter, 10 minutes left in the half. Bishop again with a strong dribble, takes it in deep, but the ball trickles to the left of the goal. Bangor retrieves it in the near corner. Good hustle there by Autumn Ditzel. Karen passes it up ahead, past Ditzel. Sichters couldn't get control of it. And Bangor's been going to be playing on the turf at Hamden in their final game of the season. And that's on field turf. Some field hockey is played more on an AstroTurf type surface, which is very quick. Field turf quicker than what we're seeing here tonight. Brewer threatening again. And here's Bishop with the shot. That might have hit the post. Bishop trying to corral the rebound. Can't do it. Battle for that ball on the right side of the goal. And finally, well, Brewer trying to get it back, but a little breathing room there for Bangor. Good pressure by Brewer. And a great ball here by Karen. Up ahead to a teammate. Got a bit of a fast break here for the Rams. Brewer trying to recover. Dribbling in ahead is Sowine for Bangor. And Brewer momentarily had it, but Bangor gets it back. That was a good rush there by the Rams. Could not get a shot off. And now Brewer looking for some space here to take a deep breath. Ditzel and Callie Moran battling for that. Moran just a freshman for Brewer. She had a goal for the Witches in that 3-1 win over Herman the other night. Oh, and Sichters was itching to get a shot off there, but the whistle against Bangor. Our broadcasts of high school sports brought to you by the Sea Dog on the waterfront in downtown Bangor. Sea Dog is open for dine-in, curbside pickup, or delivery. Hours Monday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. Saturdays, noon to 9. Sundays, noon to 6 at 26 Front Street in Bangor. Back to the field hockey action here at Hedrick Field. No score midway through the second quarter. On the left side there for Bangor, it's Sadie D'Alessio. She's just a freshman. D'Alessio to Karen. Megan Karen has it taken away by a Brewer, but whistle violation against Bangor, so Seymour will lift it. into space, and that got a piece of Megan Karen, and she is limping. I don't know if I got her off the shin or the knee, but a direct hit there against the captain, Megan Karen. She's trying to run it off here. She gets back defensively, but still feeling the pain. I like to whine about getting hit by the ball on my left foot here in the first game we did a couple of weeks ago here at Hedrick Field. And I can just imagine if that ball caught you on the kneecap. All right, good dribble there by Bangor. Nowak, the sophomore, but again, Rams can't get a shot off. Ball trickles across the sideline. It's going to be off Brewer. Taylor Clark, a freshman forward, starts it for Bangor from the near side. And it comes to Karen. Looks like she's feeling a little better after 60 or 90 seconds or so to have that pain fade away. She'll probably feel it again tonight and tomorrow. Great defensive effort by both teams. Brewer has probably had the better of the chances. They've had a better number of scores, but there's a goal for Bangor from the right side, sneaking it in to the right side of the goal there, past the left hand of Madison Diaz. It's going to be Gigi Sichters, and you can see right there, persistence paying off for Bangor. So right after I said we had a scoreless game, good defensive effort, Brewer had the better chances. Bangor gets the golden opportunity there, and Sichters takes full advantage, and the Rams a 1-0 lead here on Brewer's home field. And Sichters is tripped up, goes down to the playing surface. High school sports on Ticket TV, also brought to you by Twin City Tire. Twin City Tire is your #1 locally owned snow tire dealer. A couple of locations for Twin City Tire, 609 Wilson Street in Brewer, and they have the Twin City Tire Express, Twin City Tire Express at 30 Sparks Avenue in Brewer, and you can see the Twin City Tire Express location right there on your screen. All right, Brewer trying to even things up here at Hedrick. 4.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Oh, good chance here for Brewer, trying to get a shot off. Can they? Dorr using her feet well there to prevent the shot. Brewer sticking with it, and finally they put it home. Who is it from the right side? Bringing that ball out, I believe, is Brooklyn Fick. And we get another look at it right here. The pressure being put on there by Brewer. You can see Fick on the right side. And number 12, we don't have a number 12 on our Brewer roster, but there is Fick, and Dorr continuing to work, and Fick, about her third effort there, finally gets one into the goal, and Brewer has tied it up. 1-1 our score. Now Bangor right back at it. And we're going to have a corner here for the Rams, so the offensive action picking up. The goal by Gigi Sichters for Bangor to make it 1-0, and within just a couple of minutes, Brewer retaliates with the equalizer, so 1-1 with 3:40 left to go here in this first half. Ball in. Karen controls, tries to center it for a teammate. Shot is going to be stopped by someone in there in front of the goal, and it's going to be Brewer getting it back. Stepping in, Sarah Wood, senior from Eddington, delivers it to her left to teammate Lainey Blakeman, another senior, but it's taken away again by Sichters, who's knocked to the turf. So Gigi Sichters with the goal for Bangor to make it 1-0, and then Brooklyn Fick, who's had a few goals in our broadcasts of Field hockey here on Ticket TV. She had a hat trick in our first game. That was a Brewer win over Hamden. And she also had a goal in our last game here at Hedrick Field, the 3-1 win for Brewer against Herman. .220 corner here for Brewer. I believe this is their 6th of the game. No, Witches are going to set things up a little differently this time as Blakeman takes the ball to the right side of the goal. Gets it into Bishop, skips past her. Fick picks it up. Now Fick gets it inside the circle briefly, but Karen's going to bring it out for Bangor. Ball off Brewer, right in front of the Witches bench. Ariel comes into space. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Seymour for Brewer. Quickly Karen gets it back. And Karen trying to pass it off to Nowak, but violation there against the Rams. Fick, her pass picked off there by Bangor. Kate Busco, a sophomore back. Now on the left side it's Crawford for Brewer. Crawford. With some stick handling, but takeaway there by Marasco for Bangor. Off Brewer. Autumn Ditzel. Passes to her teammate. And good steal there by Brewer. Espling. Espling still with it. Deep inside that circle. Here's Crawford with a shot. That's going to be blocked. Ball still loose in front. And we're going to get a violation against Bangor. It's going to set up another corner for Brewer. Stay tuned for the halftime show. Just 20 seconds left in this first half. Here's Bishop. Whistle. And let's see. Looks like another corner coming here for Brewer. So even though the clock time will expire here in this first half, they will continue here because it is a corner situation. Comes into Crawford. Bishop back to Crawford. Crawford. The shot and a goal for Brewer. With no time on the clock, the Witches go ahead in this one. And that is senior Allison Crawford. She was involved in the action in front there a couple of times. And there you see the sweeping shot. And she gets it past Sarah Dorr. And the Witches will take a 2-1 advantage into the half. Now we want to get the halftime performance here by the Brewer cheerleaders. So we will we'll get the performance by the Brewer cheerleaders here at the half. I believe they're going to come out to midfield so we can get a good shot of their performance. So first half goals, Sichters for Bangor and then Fick and Crawford for Brewer. 2-1 Witches at the half. All right, there you go. The Brewer High School cheerleaders with the performance here at the half. Brewer 2, Bangor 1. We'll take a quick time out. We'll come back. Dave Utterback, Brewer Athletic Director, is going to join us here in the Halftime Report. This is High School Sports on Ticket TV. Welcome back to Hedrick Field and Brewer High School Sports here on Ticket TV at 929theticket.com. Thanks for joining us. Got a good one here this afternoon as we head into the early evening. At the end of the first 30 minutes of this one in field hockey action, the Brewer Witches lead this one 2-1. Bangor a 1-0 lead on a goal by Gigi Sichters. Brooklyn Fick tied it up with a goal for the Witches, and then Allison Crawford, the senior, with the go-ahead goal. With no time on the clock, Brewer in a a corner situation, and they cashed in to take the 2-1 lead just prior to the end of the first half. Well, we want to welcome in our special guest here at the half, Jim Churchill, along with Brewer High School Athletic Director Dave Utterback. And Dave, obviously, the year 2020 we will never forget, and I know as a high school athletic director it has been, I'm going to avoid the word that most people use, but it has been trying, okay? There's another word that begins with a C that I avoided there, but it's been a trying time, obviously, and obviously I know your focus is on the students and the student athletes and trying to make their experience here at Brewer High School the best it can be, and the fact that you're getting Brewer High School field hockey, you're getting Brewer High School soccer out on these fields certainly is a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I would say it's been a pretty positive fall in that regard. It has been different, but you wouldn't notice it with the student athletes and the way the coaches approach things. Obviously, the COVID protocols are the main difference.
Right.
But the kids have approached it the same way. The coaches have approached it the same way. And really the families have been great. I know there's a lot of families that aren't able to be here in person at the game, and they've been really great in understanding that we don't like the rules either, but we've got to be the ones that create the system of how people can get in and watch these games and the events. But I do want to thank you guys, you folks with 92.9 The Ticket and your production for being willing to get this product out to the families. It's certainly a first-class operation, so we were glad that you were willing to join in with it.
No, it's our pleasure. We've had a great time. We've still got more action coming up, a lot of soccer over the next 10 days or so we're looking forward to that. But that's one thing. You mentioned the approach of the coaches and the student athletes and the families. I mean, that's one thing that has stood out for me because we've been talking with some of the student athletes and the coaches on our broadcast, is just the attitude, the positivity there.
Yeah, and they were eager right from the get-go when, July 6th, when there was the ability to have summer workouts and pod workout, and we saw a lot of, a high number of kids that wanted to access that. It just showed that there was a desire to get out there with some structure and some activity, and the coaches approached it through the summer. They volunteered a lot of time in the summer, and the coaches, through the fall, once we got started, and there was a lot of wait and see.
Right.
And we finally got to a point where we could get out here and start playing, and there's been a lot of great collaboration, too, among our colleagues in the AD
Yes.
realm. You wouldn't have normally seen, a lot of this cross, region scheduling like we put together with these sports like field hockey and soccer. Everybody was really compartmentalized into their own leagues and things like that, and very territorial, and, we kind of blew all that up because we had to. Hopefully some of this stuff remains for the future, because there's been some great matchups. I mean, field hockey in this area has been unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's not, not one team that's way better than anybody or anything like that. The play's been great. A lot of the games are really close, and it's exciting when you don't have to go very far to play against people that you grew up playing against your whole life.
Yeah, and I think that might be one thing that might come out of this as another positive as we move forward. I just want to make sure are you needed over there?
I'm not. There's still
Okay.
2 minutes and 20 seconds.
All right.
It looks like Bangor's eager for the second half, but
Right.
I don't know once the referees
All right.
are ready. Jeez.
So just want to, obviously this is step one, the fall, coming out of a spring when there was nothing. So we take a small step forward, and then looking ahead to the winter, obviously that's a whole different can of worms because you're going inside, but kind of where do we stand now?
Well, there was some updates today. Community sport update got made today by the state. But all it did was really double down on the pro sports have a different set of rules than the high school sports. So that would be interesting to see how that plays out over the next couple of weeks, that if there's any update to phys ed guidelines and stuff within the state economic, DHHS and things like that. And then they really started talking about colleges kind of doing their own thing, following their league rules, things of that nature. So I guess they do want to start playing again. So let me set
You've
the clock.
got the controls from over here.
I do.
There we go.
We'll put 15 up.
Jim Churchill along with the Brewer High School Athletic Director Dave Utterback. We're going to get the second half underway here in just a matter of seconds. 2-1 Brewer with the lead. And the Witches will start things here in half number 2. And here we go.
Usually I'm multitasking by texting and working on my computer, so this was different.
This is a new one for you.
Yeah.
That's good. You're showing your capability and versatility.
Yeah.
So you mentioned, and obviously we've been talking about on the ticket recently, kind of what's happening with, UMaine basketball, the America East Conference. They're going to probably end up with 3, 4, 5 non-conference games. They're doing a bubble situation down at Mohegan Sun, and then going to focus on, again, adapting to the situation where they're going to play a couple games on a weekend at one location rather than the home and home. So things like that are happening, and again, I see some positive that could come out of that too. It makes a lot of sense with all the travel they do. But so at the high school level, and obviously in the fall, things didn't necessarily, because it's the first time we've been dealing with a pandemic for all these people, but things didn't necessarily go as smoothly as they could have, and the communication maybe could have been a little bit better. But in the end, we ended up in this situation. So probably between the MPA, the DHHS, the Department of Education, the Governor's Office, I think at least this time, I think they're working a little more collaboratively from the beginning. Now, what it's going to turn into, we don't know, but would you agree with that?
Yeah, I'd say the conversation's getting started a little bit earlier,
yes.
But we're still, I would say for winter sports to begin on November 16th, that's not happening.
Yeah.
I'm not breaking any news to anybody. Maybe I am, but I don't see that happening. But there are domino effects that that happen as a result of waiting, especially in the winter when you're relying on extra facilities, facilities that you don't control.
Yes.
Hockey rinks can't just sit around and wait for them maybe a hockey season. They're going to have to start filling up those ice time slots. Our swimming pool that we have to rent, they can't just sit around and wait that there might be a swim season. They've got to, try to fill that up with their own programming. So there's really the desire and the push right now is to at least have some sort of, okay, what's the delay? Yeah, what's the delay? And then when's the expected restart going to be for winter? I'm optimistic that we're going to have winter sports. I'm happy for the colleges, make no mistake about it.
Yep.
I'm happy that the colleges have a plan. But either in this state, sports are safe or they're not safe. And it shouldn't matter what level it is, professional sport versus high school. Sports are either safe to play or they're not safe to play.
The disease doesn't care.
Correct. It should be the same set of rules for basically the same thing. So that's been kind of my whole point from day one. So this game really has been a different game than the first game. It was 6-5 in overtime at Bangor, and this one obviously is a little more low.
Yeah,
low scoring.
Pace is picked up in the second quarter, but scoreless first quarter.
Yeah.
Some good action, and again, want to thank your field hockey coach, Jessica Russell, for joining me for the JV contest the other night. We were taking on Herman. Learned a lot from her.
Yep, she's a very good coach. We've had her. We were fortunate when the Sarah and Skip combination decided they wanted to kind of build the program through the middle school level. It made sense because that's where Sarah Clark now teaches in 7th grade. So she's done a great job. Her and Skip have been involved in Brewer field hockey for a long time, and we were really fortunate that Jess came along to be interested in the position, and the kids really seem to enjoy playing for her, and Coach Paige Haley and Sophie Russell and Kendra Diaz. They do a great job.
Yeah. Also want to talk about your soccer programs. So we're going to have a bunch of games coming up here. Any latest on the game on Monday, Dave? I know there's a situation in Ellsworth they've been dealing with there.
Yeah, it sounds like they're back to practice
okay.
today.
All right.
We're really, I think we're going to get shortchanged on the field hockey end just because of the situation in Waldo County. I'm not sure I can find a replacement game, which is unfortunate because I know these kids want to have 10. We were already down a game in JV, so be down 2 games in JV. We're going to try like heck to get another game for varsity for JV.
More pressure here from the Witches in front of Sarah Dorr. A couple of kick saves there by Dorr. Brewer keeps it in the circle. Bangor trying to clear it out of there, but Who's that in front? We got Allison Crawford. She has the go-ahead goal in this game. Again, it's 2-1 Brewer.
And certainly working hard to earn the corner opportunities for Brewer. They're getting down in there and really grinding at that at the cage area.
I think this is either the 8th or 9th corner for the Witches in this one.
Pretty common strategy here is to get it to Janessa and let her work her skills, either passing or dribbling or putting the shot on directly.
Seymour takes a hack at it. Taken away there by Bangor. Yeah, so Monday, Ellsworth and Brewer at Doyle Field. And a couple more games next week, including a Halloween affair, a doubleheader at the community school field.
Yep, yeah, that's a pretty nice venue, and I think it's going to be nice for those, especially those seniors who played their middle school games down there. They play a lot of high school games down there too in the past. And we were fortunate. The City of Brewer was willing to have us on Doyle Field for our whole varsity soccer schedule. Parks and Rec Department. That field's in really great shape. DJ Hart and Mike Martin did a great job getting that field ready.
So on that subject of Doyle Field, so there's been some 7-on-7 football here this fall. I saw the team working out earlier today off to our right. Just the kind of the outlook as we sit here right now, Dave, for football in 2021.
Yeah, I'm hearing really a late spring, so probably you're looking at June and July for 11-player, traditional tackle season is going to be the target. I think that's probably the safest bet because it's going to get that. The situation with the virus is far down the road as it can get, within a traditional school year. And then what you would see probably is the month of August is taken off by those underclass football players that would come back for a back-to-back season. So probably going to be 2 shortened seasons, in a row. But we have a lot of enthusiasm out for football right now. We hosted Orono yesterday in 7v7.
Looked to be some great numbers. Oh, wow. What a ball there, a line.
So that's a player, Jaden Williams, who had been on the injured reserve until her clearance was the last game that we played on Tuesday, and she's very skilled. You can see right there she's a hockey player by nature. She's got the instincts to get up, and definitely a hard shot. She's going to help us quite a bit. But that back to that 7-on-7, that was really cool to watch. I was trying to live stream it, and the amount of enthusiasm and sportsmanship out of both teams was really, really good to see. Like, you're seeing a lot of that stuff this year. It's a little less pressure on the end result and more about the opportunity to play. So, you see a lot of good things, and yesterday was really good for both schools.
So with the potential, or what would appear a realistic delay in the start of the winter sports, whether that's sometime later in December or season start in January, whatever the case may be, probably looking at a shortened season there to some extent?
Yeah, I would think so, and I think it's going to be a regional season, so you're going to what I predict is a December startup of some workouts and some phased activity that way, with the target to have regional gameplay, similar to what you're seeing in youth sports right now in the fall. Regional gameplay in January, and then I think the goal for the NPA, to be honest with you, is to get the tournament in February and kind of see what happens. That was really good work by Bangor to earn that point right there. They really worked hard at that one.
So when you say the tournament in February, in a different form?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, obviously the virus will dictate, the status of the virus and indoor capacity gatherings and things like that. I think that there's at least awareness in Augusta of how important the tournament is to the state. Both as just culturally and the feeling of the tournament and financially. I mean, that's the other thing is the NPA really needs something like that to be able to operate.
Big hit.
And no
football.
Tournaments this year, no tournaments last spring, and really 3 seasons in a row of it is going to be hard for anybody to overcome.
We should be thankful, though, we got this last one in, because we just got it in under the wire.
Yep. Yeah, we were one
Only
of
the New England state to do it.
Yeah, we were one of 4 states nationally that had all of their tournaments.
Here's Bishop with another goal. It wouldn't be a game here at Hedrick Field without a goal by Janessa Bishop. Just a very strong dribble to the right side of the cage and some force behind this one. She's just very strong with that ball, protects it with her body, and then Sarah Dorr stepped out and Bishop went to the left side, and Brewer with their biggest advantage of the afternoon and evening. They now lead it 3-1.
So Janessa is also a former hockey player, so that kind of shows there.
Makes sense.
Ice hockey, and her family owns the Penobscot Ice Arena next door to Hedrick Field.
Oh, that's right. I never put those two things together. The names, I know the names, but
yeah, so Janessa's been, around that sport and those skill concepts. And
all right, Bangor trying to get back in this one. They led it 1-0, but 3 unanswered goals by Brewer. And some good pressure there by the Rams is going to result in a corner here for Bangor.
That was really good awareness by Diaz to see that one through. It's almost like, that screening situation in ice hockey,
right,
and she really got that foot on it at the last second.
Ball in to Karen for Bangor. Karen has her pass or shot blocked there by Seymour. And Seymour will clear it out of the circle briefly. Bangor back at it. And that one delivered across the in line, and Brewer will take over.
So I'm going to leave because I'm going to try to turn some lights on that might not set on fire, just so that we can
the sun is setting.
Get some light in that corner down there. And but I appreciate you guys having me on and,
all right,
and everything you've done for us as well.
All right, Dave. Thank you very much, and good luck with those lights. Brewer High School Athletic Director Dave Utterback joining us here for most of the third period. We're under 4 minutes. Brewer with the lone goal here in the second half. Another one for Janessa Bishop to make it 3-1. Other Brewer goals, Brooklyn Fick and Allison Crawford, and Bangor scored the first goal of the ball game. Gigi Sichters. Got a corner here for Bangor as that sun is setting. You can see it splashing off some of the colorful leaves off to our left. Bangor continuing to apply pressure here, but unable to break through against Brewer and their goalie, Madison Diaz. Marasco for Bangor has it taken away by the Witches. And that is going to be Claire Warmoth with the takeaway there. Now up ahead for Bangor. Nice pass to the left side, but D'Alessio could not get control of it. Goes past her, and it'll be Brewer ball. 2.5 left to go here in the third. Battle near midfield. Our broadcast here tonight brought to you by Penobscot Cleaning Services, the only name you need to know for all of your professional cleaning and disaster restoration needs, whether it be fire, water, mold, soot, and more. Penobscot Cleaning Services can take care of it for you. Plus, they have carpet, upholstery, and area rug cleaning. Locations in Brewer and Trenton. 44 years of serving the people of Maine. You can visit them at penobscotcleaning.com. 3-1 Witches, and sun is basically set off to our left, so things may look just a little bit darker on your screen, and for good reason. Oh, strong ball there by Karen, but the shot wide left. We're also brought to you by Gilman Electric. At Gilman Electric, we are more than an electrical supply company. Visit GilmanElectric.com. Snap ahead to Fick, cross midfield. Fick denied there by Megan Karen. Here's Marasco going to Ditzel on the right side. Autumn Ditzel with the dribble. Pair of sevens over there. She's picked up by Warmouth. Brewer trying to pick up that ball. Seymour, and it's going to be Bangor ball after the whistle. Ditzel and Seymour fighting for it across the way, and Ditzel will come away with it. And shot kicked away there by Diaz. Shot on goal by Gigi Sichters. And ball into the Brewer bench across the way. And a whistle there. High school sports here on Ticket TV, brought to you by Greenway Equipment Sales. Nothing runs like a deer in Bangor and Ellsworth, and at greenwayequipment.com. We got a corner here. The time has expired in the third quarter. Let's see if Bangor can do something with it. Brewer had this situation at the end of the first half. They were able to score the second goal for Brewer in the game. Now Bangor trying to get their second goal of the game. But the touch there by Brewer. Now let's see what's going to happen here. I don't know if we had a... No, I guess that's going to do it for the quarter. So at the end of 3, it is Brewer 3 and Bangor 1. We'll take a timeout. Back with fourth quarter action. This is High School Sports on Ticket TV.
We want your business.
Need work done in your car, truck, or SUV? Twin City Tire does all kinds of mechanical repair. We're a team of local professionals who know how to get it right the first time. We offer loaner cars and free shuttle service. Hang out in our comfortable waiting area where there's free Wi-Fi. At Twin City Tire, we may fix cars and trucks, but our real business is helping people get back on the road. Need work done in your car, truck, or SUV? Come to Twin City Tire. Remember,
We want your business.
Whether your team is your family, your business, or your employees, staying connected is crucial. You can depend on the Cross Insurance family
Very good.
to provide the best insurance solutions for you. We've got your team protected. Visit crossagency.com today.
Welcome back to Hedrick Field here in Brewer. Jim Churchill, along with our crew, Max Pottle directing the show, and Nathaniel Bailey on camera for this one. 3 quarters in the books, and Brewer leading this one 3-1. They had a 6-5 overtime win over Bangor earlier this season. And speaking of Bangor High School, let's take a closer look here at Bangor High School. Of course, located in Bangor, Maine. Enrollment approximately 1,200 students. The principal is Paul Butler, and the longtime athletic director is Steve Van Anestein. So that's the story on Bangor High School. And now we'll take a closer look at Brewer High School, located here in Brewer. Enrollment approximately 670 students. Principal is Brent Slowakowski, and athletic director Dave Utterback just joined us here on our broadcast. Again, coming up Monday afternoon, we've got a doubleheader of soccer from Doyle Field. We'll run down that schedule here in just a moment for you. Yeah, Monday, Ellsworth in town to take on Brewer. The boys soccer game on Monday at 5 p.m. and the girls game at 7 p.m. And then on Wednesday, more action from Doyle Fields here on Ticket TV as Herman travels to Brewer. And a boys varsity soccer game at 5 o'clock. The second game of the day, Dave Utterback and some of his fellow ADs working on a second game for Doyle Field that night. And then on Halloween, next Saturday, a morning contest from the Brewer Community School field That'll be the boys' varsity soccer game at 11 a.m., girls' varsity soccer game at 1 p.m., and then on Monday, November 2nd, back to Doyle Field. And we'll have a 4 o'clock start for the girls' varsity soccer game, Brewer against Bangor, and a 6 o'clock start on the boys' side, Brewer against the Bangor Rams. All right, just underway here in the fourth quarter. Bangor's going to have a corner here. And in it comes, taken there by Karen. Shifts to her left, backhanded shot. Kicked out of there by Diaz. Good effort there by Megan Karen. Nice save by Maddie Diaz for the Witches. Karen gets it back. She's been very active here tonight. Here's Ditzel trying to feed it inside, and it's going to be driven out of there by Brewer. Ditzel back at it on the far sideline. Autumn crosses over. Pass picked off by Brewer. And now the Witches try to clear it out of there. Warmoth drives it ahead. Picked up there by Williams. Williams loops it ahead for Bishop. Janessa Bishop, one of the 3 Brewer goals. Her pass intended for Crawford picked off. Williams back at it. Gets it up ahead to Crawford for Brewer. Between the legs there of a Bangor player. Crawford still controlling it. Here comes Bishop pouncing on that loose ball, and she collides with the goalie, and the ball ends up in the goal. And retrieving it is going to be Allison Crawford, and that's going to be her second goal of the game. We'll take a closer look at this one to see how it all transpired. There's the finish. As the ball came loose on the right side of the goal, Bishop was battling the goalie, Sarah Dorr. It got loose, and pouncing on it and drilling it into the cage was Allison Crawford. And Brewer advances their lead to 3. It's now Witches 4 and Rams 1. Brewer violation across the way. I don't think Dave was successful in getting the lights on. I think this is going to be our situation here for the final 12 minutes or so of this game. They moved the game time up because of the electrical issue that they had here with one of the light poles. And Brewer cheerleaders singing the school song off to our left. Meanwhile, back on the field, the Witches on the attack. Audra Espling, nice work by her up the left side, taken away by Bangor. Scooped ahead, gets past a couple of Brewer players. Diving in to pick up that loose ball is Sichters. Now ahead for Bangor. Sowine back to Sichters. Sichters staying with it. Brewer trying to clear it out of there, and they will. Warmoth gathers on the far side. Now takes a big swing at it. Missed it the first time. Now scoops it ahead about 10 feet before it's picked up by Bangor again. Now that ball gets in deep. There's one save by Diaz, another save. Bangor still keeping it in tight, and finally the Witches will clear it out of there. More good pressure by Bangor, but unable to break through against Maddie Diaz and that Brewer defense. 4 unanswered goals for the Witches in this one. Here's Bishop. Strong up the right side. Controls. Gets it off to Crawford. Crawford, who already has 2 goals in the game, backhands it up ahead to a teammate. And again, we apologize. I've got the Brewer roster in front of me. It's number 12 out there. Maybe we can get some help from a Brewer fan here. Getting some help from the fans here, trying to track down the name of the... And we got another goal by Brewer. And it's going to be Bishop. We'll take a look at it on the replay. And here we go. Here is Bishop, this time on the left side. Her first goal came from the right side. Door streaking out there, sliding down, trying to get a piece of that one. But Bishop got it off and picks up another goal. And that makes it 5-1 Brewer. All right, we've got some clarification. There are 2 15s listed on the roster. It should be a 12. Now, the gentleman who was kind enough to try to help us out said it was Laura Stewart. I want to say 12 might be Callie Moran, but we'll continue to work at that. But again, 2 15s listed, Moran and Stewart. Moran was the first one listed, so I'm assuming Callie is number 12, Laura's number 15, but we will try to solidify my speculation. All right, under 10 minutes left. Brewer with a big advantage in this one. They won it 6-5 at Bangor in OT in their first meeting, but the Witches, after falling behind early, have gone on quite a run here against Bangor. So 2 goals apiece for a couple of seniors for Brewer. Allison Crawford with 2 goals for the Witches in this one. Goals number 2 and number 4 for Brewer. And Janessa Bishop with 2 more goals for her. Second one making it 5-1. That's where we stand. Here come the Witches again. .40 left, and after we see what the Witches do here, we'll put the spotlight on more of our sponsors, our fine sponsors. One of them is Northeast Driving School. They are Greater Bangor's #1 driving school and the state of Maine's #1 driving school. Visit the new location at 360 Harlow Street in Bangor, and you can register for courses at northeastdrivingschool.com. And we're also brought to you by Dean's Detailing. Give your car a fresh start, inside and out. Call 945-3016 or book your appointment at deansdetailing.com. (5-1) Witches. Almost halfway through this fourth quarter. Running out of daylight here at Hedrick Field. Actually, things look brighter on my monitor to my right here, Max, than they do when I look out on the field. But 5-1 Witches. We got a corner here now for Brewer. And once again, our broadcast of high school sports on Ticket TV brought to you by Brewer Federal Credit Union. We're here for all life's moments. Stay tuned after the game for the post-game show. We'll get you the highlights of all the goals in this one. 6 so far. Unfortunately for the Rams, 5 of them belong to the Brewer Witches. Brewer looking for more. And we're going to get another corner here for Brewer. They've had a bundle of them, at least a dozen. And those corners result from good offensive pressure. Blakeman for Brewer. Gets it in. Couldn't pick up the number there. Now the Witches deep in the circle, in front of the goal. Crawford is there. This is going to be a Brewer violation, and Bangor will take over. If you are looking to buy or sell your next home, be sure to call Tim Bush at Next Home Experience today. Tim's phone number, 951-0747. Bangor trying to move it upfield. That's Kate Busco, sophomore back and midfielder for Bangor. And it's going to be knocked out there by Crawford. Busco to Megan Karen. Karen carries it a long way. Still in control. Splits the Brewer defense. Karen with the shot. It is partially deflected and now goes out of bounds to the left side of the goal. Our broadcast here at Ticket TV also brought to you by the Sea Dog. If you're looking for great food and views, visit the Sea Dog on the waterfront in downtown Bangor. They're open for dine-in, curbside pickup, or delivery. 26 Front Street, the location of the Sea Dog in Bangor. Time ticking off the clock. We're down to 5 minutes. Bangor with it. Now it's Fick with it for Brewer. And she hacks away at it, gets it up ahead to Crawford. Crawford denied there by Busco momentarily. Now she gets it inside the circle, and looks like another Brewer corner. The action here tonight is brought to you by Twin City Tire. They are your #1 locally owned snow tire dealer, located at 609 Wilson Street in Brewer. You can also visit them at Twin City Tire Express, as you can see right there at 30 Sparks Avenue in Brewer. Waning moments of this one. Brewer in control. Another corner for the Witches. In it comes to Seymour. She flips it high in the air. Almost made it into the goal. We had a bunch of sticks high in the air as well, including Brooklyn Fick, who is kind of an instigator there in front of the goal for the Witches. She has a goal in this one. Brooklyn, a junior for Brewer. Comes Bangor. Autumn Ditzel. Now this is Sichters. She has the only Bangor goal in the game. And Brewer clears it out of there. The brightest things we have here at Hedrick Field right now are the lights on the scoreboard and the officials' uniforms, or jerseys, whatever you want to call them. They are lime green, fluorescent lime green. Maddie Diaz, the Brewer goalie, who's working hard right now, trying to keep it a 5-1 lead for Brewer. She's also wearing a lime green jersey. Two and a half minutes left. High school sports on Ticket TV, brought to you by Penobscot Cleaning Services, the only name you need to know for all of your professional cleaning and disaster restoration needs. 44 years serving the people of Maine. Check them out at penobscotcleaning.com. Corner being set up here for Bangor. Under 2 minutes left now. High school sports on Ticket TV, also brought to you by Gilman Electric. At Gilman Electric, we are more than an electrical supply company. Visit gilmanelectric.com. And it comes. Good defense there by Brewer. I apologize, I cannot pick up those numbers on Brewer, especially across the way. Light orange on white. Bangor a little easier with the white on the maroon. Minute and a half left to go. 4-goal lead for Brewer, looking to improve to 5-3. Takeaway by Bangor at midfield. That's Megan Karen. Karen the dribble, a strong dribble. It's one inside towards the cage, and Brewer trying to get it out of there. And finally, it's going to be a corner here for Bangor. And, of course, we're brought to you by Greenway Equipment Sales. Nothing runs like a deer in Bangor and Ellsworth and at greenwayequipment.com. Of course, they have some great brands at Greenway Equipment Sales, including John Deere. Picked up a steel hedge trimmer a couple weeks ago at Greenway Equipment Sales, and could go back and get a snowblower because November is fast approaching and anything can happen at this point when it comes to the white stuff, that four-letter word. Another corner here for Bangor. Karen works around the right side of the circle, centers it, and players down on the turf, including the goalie, Matty Diaz, but the siren sounds, and that's going to do it for this one, and just in the nick of time because we are running out of light. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with the post-game show and get you the highlights of this Brewer win here tonight over the Bangor Rams. This is High School Sports on Ticket TV. All right, back at a somewhat dark Hedrick Field here in Brewer as we wind down our broadcast of high school field hockey today. It was a good afternoon and early evening for the Brewer Witches after Bangor scored the first goal. The Witches with 5 unanswered goals, and let's take a look at all the goals scored here tonight at Hedrick Field. Again, it was Bangor getting on the board first. There's Gigi Sichters with the first goal of the game as she retrieves the ball out of the cage. 1-0 Bangor, but then Brewer got things going, and good pressure there in front of the cage. Brooklyn Fick, and Fick would finally get the shot off for Brewer to make it a 1-1 game. These first 2 goals of the game scored in the second quarter. No goal scoring in the first quarter. And then Brewer would take their first lead of the game, a lead they would not relinquish. There's Allison Crawford sweeping one home. That would be the first of 2 goals for Allison. And that would be the score at the end of the first half, 2-1 Brewer. But more Brewer scoring here in half number 2. And who else? Janessa Bishop, as she takes one to the right side of the cage and gets it past Sarah Dorr there for Bangor. That made it 3-1. As I mentioned, Allison Crawford scored 2 goals in this game. Here is a look at her second effort of the night as she gets it past Sarah Dorr. That would make it 4-1 Brewer. And then Janessa Bishop, who had scored from the right side of the goal the first time, this time she works the left side of the cage. Dorr comes out, tries to get down to block it, but a quick shot there by Bishop gets it underneath Dorr. And Janessa Bishop with her second goal of the game to make it 5-1 Brewer, and that would be the final score. So the Witches improved to 5-3. They have one more game coming up at Herman, and Bangor falls to 1-8. They have one more game coming up at Hamden. But congratulations to both teams here this afternoon for some great play. We really enjoyed it, and I want to thank our crew here today, Nathaniel Bailey on camera and Max Pottle directing things, and also thanks to Dave Utterback, Brewer High School Athletic Director, for his help in the process here at Hedrick Field. This will be our final game here at Hedrick this fall, and I do want to mention we've got some soccer coming up next week here on Ticket TV. As Monday, it's going to be Ellsworth and Brewer from Doyle Field, as we'll have that action for you beginning at 5 o'clock with the boys game, and then the girls varsity will play right after that on Wednesday. It is the Brewer boys soccer team taking on Herman at Doyle Field at 5 o'clock. We will have a second game that day on the girls' side. Just don't know the exact matchup as of yet. And then on Halloween, we'll get things started at 11 a.m. High school soccer, boys varsity at 11 a.m. and the girls varsity game between Brewer and John Baptist right after that. And then on Monday, November 2nd, Bangor and Brewer soccer at Doyle Field, 4 o'clock for the girls, 6 o'clock for the boys. Hope you can join us here at 929theticket.com. All right, that's going to do it for our broadcast here tonight. Jim Churchill saying so long from Hedrick Field. We're packing it up and heading for home. Brewer wins it 5-1. This has been high school field hockey on Ticket TV.